Hi everyone. If you are looking for some real estate investing advice, then you're in the right place. Well, today's episode, guys, I have some topic here that it's near and dear to my heart because these are technically my rookie mistakes I've done earlier on in my real estate investment career. So, anyways, the first item that I actually wanted to talk about is buying anything, any properties with no conditions at all and blindly um, sight unseen type purchases, which is really bad. I would never recommend this thing. I have done it and I truly regretted doing it. It's mainly because I kind of got into the hype of things during the upturn when the economy is starting to pick up, and we were just trying to pick up as much property as we can. In the process, I kind of did just took my guard down and basically purchased some properties without even doing any research or even putting any conditions in there. And I just wanted to purchase as much property as I can. There are properties that did work well, tons of property that didn't do pretty well. And we ended up tossing them out in the long run because they really are just not a good property to carry or keep with you for long term. The next item is the partnering with anybody that you can, like whoever comes into the door, just basically asking them to partner with you. Those are the biggest things I've made mistakes about. Is just bringing in people in to partner with me without any research whatsoever. And partnering is much like in any type of marriage, either personally or for business. You truly need to know who you're partnering with. You truly need to know who you're marrying, because that's a critical thing. They have to be someone that you can rely on, for one, that you can extend your arms and basically strengthen some of the weaknesses you have. And so if you partner with someone that are pretty much the same as you and knows the same thing as you, then really the business is not going to grow for you, because then there's no complement in that regard. You're just practically duplicating yourself. You still have the same sort of weaknesses and stuff, and in this case you'll end up the same place, that is, right, in terms of what you can provide as skills. The other item is the other way around, where you're accepting tenants without even due diligence, and out of desperation you're just saying yes to everybody that wants to rent without doing your due diligence from the point of view of credit checking, reference checking, employment checking, and possibly even criminal check. Those are the very key items to do when you're filtering tenants, making sure that you are checking their personal references, calling those personal references to get to know the tenant well in this regard. So another no-no for sure. Never just blindly doing things without further research, that is. One other thing that I'm very bad off at one point in earlier in my real estate career is the showing the unit. Every time someone calls, I just basically go and show the unit, and I've showed the unit 3-4 times in a day, and none of them are really great tenants. That the profiles are really bad. And so I figured the best way to do it is to truly filter people right at the get-go, and from the ad placement and the wordings you have, you should be also filtering the amount of people that are calling you, because you're providing the right information in there. I have few questions I do ask. I have these 3 special questions I ask every time someone calls me on the phone before I even set up an appointment to do the showing. I have these 3 questions, which I'm not going to mention in this topic here because it's going to be a separate topic that I'm going to be doing in the next run. One other thing is no rainy day funds, or technically very minimal rainy day funds. That's the hardest part with rainy day funds. Sometimes we are so focused on saving for the down payment, but we never really save for some amount, at least 3 months worth of mortgage payments, and as a set aside as an actual rainy day funds in that process. And whenever there is an issue that comes arise that you're not prepared of, you'll end up basically coughing out of your pocket or your credit or your line of credit just to be able to fix something like the roof got blown up or hail damage or those sort of thing, and pay insurance for your deductible and that sort of things. Always be prepared. And rainy day funds, I usually, the way I handle it is that I set aside 10% of each monthly rent income in towards building the reserve funds. And obviously in the beginning it'll be pretty hard because you don't have much rainy day funds, but as you keep placing 10% every month towards your rainy day funds, then you're actually building it up and keep building it up as much as you can. Letting your emotions get in the way, in so many ways in doing this business or any type of business that is, we shouldn't be having our emotions be involved, because emotions deprive yourself from finding the right solution or taking the right step or doing the right decision. So, much like in your pursuit of finding tenants, finding a property, and the whole 9 yards, and if you're using your emotions in the way you handle things, when the right time to buy, the right time to sell, the right person to bring in as a partner or the right person to bring in as a tenant, having an emotion attachment to it or using your emotions to do so is the wrong thing to do. And I got bitten so many times. I shouldn't say so many times, once or twice in my career. One example was the me falling into feeling sorry for someone that is a single mom with 3 kids that was she was battered wife. And so I thought by helping her I'll be of service to someone, but it turned out to be the worst thing ever in my career in real estate, where she paid me for 3 months worth of rent, but right after that it took her another probably 6 months for me to actually get rid of her with no payments at all. So because you can't really just kick someone out from a rental property willy-nilly, and that you have to take them to court and get the proper order to be able to get them out, and using a bailiff or something along those lines, where you've already spent so much money on that, and at the same time you've already lost 6 months worth of no income. So one other thing is not hiring a property management company. It's the worst thing you can do, especially if you have properties that are far away from you. I used to have property management for all my properties, but I really sometimes there's another issue with working with someone that don't have any attachment to the property or ownership, sense of ownership on a given property. Sometimes they don't take it seriously. They don't help you as the way you would do it yourself, because they don't have any attachment in the property. So there is also that bad side of having a property management versus not having a property management, but you just have to find the right one for you. So having a property management, especially for properties that are so far away from you, you better find someone that can do it locally for you, because the moment that a tenant knows that you're not there, you're not locally there, then they would take advantage of that. And I have an example for you on that as well. Buying in a bad neighborhood, a D neighborhood. Usually I don't buy in an A neighborhood. I buy on a B neighborhood, but not a D neighborhood. And if you do buy a property on a really bad neighborhood, I find that performance-wise throughout the time that you are owning this in your portfolio, it's going to be hard, because one, you're going to have a pretty bad tenant profiles. You'll be prepared to have tons of vacancies, long vacancies, and I've been there, and trust me, finding the right location, the right property in the right location is the key in real estate. Location, 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 if you heard that many times. Lastly here, again, this items are truly not in order, or the importance where the order is. It's mainly, these are the items that I can remember out of my head. And so, yeah, getting desperate during the downturn. A lot of times I got caught on that many times where, it's just so hard to find tenants, and the downturn, no one wants to move, no one wants to take a risk on anything. So you'll have long vacancies, and at times you'll end up being a bit more desperate and finding tenants. So you would then take risk and bring in people in that tenants in that that could be bad for you, but you don't have any option. So I would say having a good reserve fund could really mitigate that. And if you have a good, solid, healthy rainy day funds, then you don't have to worry about your property being vacant for 6 months or more. Again, easier said than done, but that's pretty much it in that regard. I hope these items are very helpful for you, and hopefully this will serve as an example for you, and that will help you mitigate some of these issues. So anyways, guys, as always, I hope you've been watching a lot of my videos. I know I'm fairly new to this game from the real estate YouTubing point of view, and hopefully you guys give me some support and like, comment, and subscribe. As always, peace out.